I am releasing my own f***ing clothing line that I have been working on meticulously for over a year, and I am so excited for you guys to finally see perfect distressing, the post-processing effects that show the highs and lows and textures of the fabric, the perfect weight and feel, the lack of drawstrings, because baby, you know, we gotta highlight everything we got going on right here. This is just one little tiny sneak peek at 3 pieces that I have designed over the past year, coming out next week. Okay, that's it. That's all I can say for now. But if you want to be the first to be notified when this clothing line drops next week, you can go to Padilla.store to sign up and be one of the first to be notified when this clothing line comes out, because it will sell out. Now back to the world of Sykkuno.
I'm Anthony Padilla, and I spent today with Sykkuno to uncover the truth about how he went from a software engineer with a master's degree to becoming one of the top streamers of all time. He'll reveal the events in his childhood that caused him to be so shy as an adult. And he'll address why masses of people were outraged over the chair he chooses to sit in.
Hello, Sykkuno.
Hello.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Visit betterhelp.com/Padilla because sometimes existing is exhausting. Now, yesterday I said something in passing to you about, just tell your manager. And you were like,
yeah.
I don't have a manager. I'm just a guy that plays games. I'm playing. I shouldn't have assumed that you had a manager, but bro, I seen your Twitch data leaks. I saw.
Okay, that's I stay out of controversy usually, right? Probably the biggest drama I've been part of is people were upset that I made a lot of money and I don't do anything fancy. Like, for the longest time I sat in like a kitchen chair to stream out of. When that happened, one of the biggest things just random people got upset about was like, oh, this guy makes that much and he still sits in like a kitchen chair. But it's more because I just didn't care.
Bro, you're not sitting in your golden throne. Do you not understand what people who are the number 28 highest earning Twitch
research
streamer, they sit in golden thrones?
I think some people would think that.
You just signed an exclusivity deal with YouTube.
It's not like I did anything. They chose to do that. So that's really something I think is given to me. It's not something I personally did. Because all I did was, I played Space Bean game.
Like, your success has found you.
I feel like I don't know why they wanted me. I don't do like huge game shows, no crazy stuff. I just the dude that's having fun playing games.
Would you say that your personality maybe is a draw and that's what helps you stand out?
Like, I feel like when you think of the average gaming dude, you think of like this guy's playing Call of Duty, headset yelling in it, all this kind of thing. And then I was not quite like that. I was a little, I guess, not like your average gamer. Wow, that sounds really weird to say. That sounds really weird to say.
It seems like you really just want to make sure that everyone involved is just having a good time.
I think that was my main goal. I think that's why a lot of people enjoyed playing Among Us with me. A lot of people would get upset if you throw a game, right? But I would just lose on purpose sometimes.
Okay.
And I would always say, even though the screen says you won, it doesn't really feel like if you won if you didn't have fun.
It almost seems like you're describing a metaphor for the way that some people say to go about life. To not just try to win, to achieve that goal, but to make connections with people. And if we make the goal or not, it doesn't really matter because it's about experiencing things with other people.
The goal is to have fun with other people, and that would be the goal, right? Like, as opposed to getting the highest rank or the most wins or something like that.
Do you think you developed your core personality in your childhood?
So I have 2 sisters.
Right, you are the middle child.
Yeah.
That's the luckiest position on the hierarchy of children.
Is there a ranking?
Oh yeah. First the worst, second the
Wait,
worst,
this rhymed.
And third the golden bird.
I do like messing with my sisters. We used to have a house with a very big yard, and we had this huge tree in the front yard. Basically, they would want us to clean it, right? So they tried to make a game out of it where whoever got the most, either sticks, leaves, whatever, like random stuff around the yard, get the most points. But there's a trick I would do where if you found a large enough stick, you can break it in half, counts as 2 sticks. Kind of genius. Doesn't help clean the yard, but funny, because they'll be like, where did you find so many sticks? There's no way. My sisters definitely got a little more attention. I feel almost guilty saying that because I don't want to make my parents look bad. But they definitely got like this little extra juice on the side. So I was never like the main dude. There's this anime about basketball where the main character is the one that doesn't get noticed. Kind of related to that a little bit in the sense that my main thing was always trying to make everyone else look better. as opposed to myself.
Yeah.
I think my family doesn't watch me too much. I hope they don't. As
Oh.
far as they know, they do know that I play games for a living. They think I'm like good at games.
So your family will not see this.
I don't know if I want them to or not, especially the thing about my sisters being, I'm kidding.
Were your parents strict?
They were very strict about schooling. They wanted me to get good grades. There's this story, I think I've told it before, about how I got my first B+. And it wasn't in a class. Like, in the class, I actually still got an A. I got a B+ on a test once.
On a single test?
Yeah, on one test, but I was so disappointed, I flushed it down the toilet and clogged the toilet. They were upset about that, but they never found out about it. I don't know why I cared so much, because usually they check the report card, not the one tests. But I saw the letter, and I was like, this is bad. Well, that's what I thought, B for bad, right?
Oh,
But-
bad plus.
Yeah. They definitely pushed a lot for, like, academic success, and now, I'm way more successful by playing video games.
Did they push you to be busy in school and be really academic?
I did tennis, swimming. I was in the speech and debate club for a time. Out of that, I would play a lot of games. That was pretty much what I enjoyed doing the most. If I didn't do my homework, they would not let me play games. I don't want to make it sound bad. Yeah,
No, that's torture. How could you not let a child play games?
School until I'm good enough to succeed in school, and then the rest was all games. That was how my time was divided.
I've heard you mention that you are a very shy person.
Whew, I think I'm a little less shy now.
Yeah?
So that's good, but
Would you say that you've kind of been overcoming your shyness?
a little bit, yeah. I think what helped me a lot was GTA roleplay. Every single person is a real person.
So you get to role play as all the NPCs.
Yeah, so all the NPCs are real people.
Oh.
So like, I think, yeah, basically was actually talking to people that I had never met before.
Incorporating human interaction into your work,
Yeah,
in a sense, made you overcome
Yeah,
shyness.
definitely helped a lot.
What do you think it was that made you shy?
I feel like it's just a lot of lack of self-confidence, probably. You're always afraid if people won't like you, kind of thing. I worry less about it, but I don't think it'll ever completely go away, probably. Just worrying like, is this guy gonna think I'm weird?
I used to be called shy all the time. Unbearably shy, the shyest kid anyone's ever known. But I realized that the reason I was what they called shy is because I was not very confident, insecure about what people might say or think about me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would rather just like fade into the background so I wouldn't have to deal with all the thoughts in my head about what other people are thinking or saying or feeling about me and not actually saying.
No, I think I'm very, very similar. I still think I fade in the background a lot. I almost prefer it. It just feels comfortable.
Is that fear of, what if all this pressure is on me at the front, if I'm the main character of this situation?
I think that's how it was. I think I'm a lot less worried now. It's just like what I'm comfortable. I'm just used to it kind of thing. Some people ask me why I never like say curse words, and I don't, but my friends do, and I hang out with them every day. I have
Right.
nothing against it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a habit now.
Oh, thank God.
Oh God.
You're cool.
Oh God.
You're cool. I've been holding that in all day.
When I was a kid, I got in trouble at school. My parents got called and they said, your son said the SH word. He's going to get detention. It's bad. We got to make him write an apology to the other kid. My parents were like, what? I don't think he's ever heard that word because my parents didn't curse. And then my parents were like, wait, what word did he say? And apparently I told the kid to shut up once. And,
They thought you just dropped shit.
Yeah, when I was like literal first grader.
Yeah.
Middle school was when the kids they said all the worst stuff you could imagine.
Fuck shit.
That's tough,
Bitch.
But I never really picked it up. Maybe it turned out good. I think sponsors really like that I don't curse.
The
so-
perfect child that never curses.
Yeah, they do like
Sykkuno. Were there any other times in your life that you think shaped you as a person?
The reason I started streaming was because there's a time in my life I just did not have any friends at all. Basically, I would wake up, I'd go to work, I'd come home, and I'd just play games by myself. I had legit zero friends at all. And that's when I started watching a lot of streamers. The streamer I watched the most, and even to this day, was Lyric.
And now you're friends with Lyric.
I did meet him in a Fall Guys tournament, and then I tried to give him a hug as a Fall Guy. So it was really funny, because from my point of view, I was like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan. And I grabbed him, and then from his point of view, he's like, this guy's grabbing me, help. And I'm just like,
It just beats you up.
yeah. I talked to Lily, who's who's an old friend of mine. He just told me I should just start streaming to just hang out and hopefully make friends again. So I worked and then got my master's degree, and I started streaming as I was getting my degree again.
Getting your master's and streaming was just a side thing.
Like, I would have my school laptop and I would just use the same one to stream. Luckily, League of Legends was like the least intensive game ever. So that's pretty much how I started, and I actually made a lot of friends that way. A lot through Lily, because she introduced me to a lot of people. I think I met Ray like when I first started, actually.
Yeah.
And she's probably been one of my best friends since I started streaming. We met on like a Minecraft server, and I think I accidentally killed her.
Oh, very good first impression.
Well, she didn't realize I killed her. I was trying to help her. So there's a creeper behind her, and I was like, oh my God, there's a creeper, I'll save her. I tried to hit the creeper. I actually hit her and pushed her into it. And I was just like, oh my God, I killed her. And then,
when did you start blowing up?
probably like when I was doing Minecraft with a lot of friends. It was like well enough where I was like, oh, this is doing as well as a regular job and I enjoy it more. I could probably do this for a bit.
Did you end up getting your master's?
I finished it, and as I was applying for jobs, that's when Among Us was happening. The crazy thing is people didn't like watching. So the way it works usually is if you play a game you don't usually play, less people will watch. It's kind of how it goes. But the reason I played Among Us was I just wanted to play with my friends, and I was willing to do it just because I was comfortable where I was. I think you mentioned the Twitch leaks.
I mentioned it a couple times.
So obviously I was making good money, and I didn't want to get like ahead of myself because I hate to say this is such a sad thing to say, but content creator careers aren't always stable, right?
So I know that firsthand.
Oh God.
I do know that.
Oh God, I hope I'm not bringing it.
The trauma!
Apparently I've seen some of your really old videos and didn't realize it was you.
You did not know I was the same person.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That
it's
means
because
really-
you're like, wow, that gentleman looks so young. It can't possibly be the same person because so much time has passed.
But yeah, so I was concerned about, is it gonna last that long? One of the best months of Among Us, I feel like I shouldn't say numbers, but I will say I made more than I made in an entire year as a software developer in 1 month.
Wow.
Like not a little more. It was like more than 2 or 3 times as much as my whole year's salary in
You
1
made
month.
3 years worth of your salary.
In a
for-
month, when it feels too good to be true.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
for
'Cause
sure.
I'm just playing games out here. It's
Yeah.
not something crazy. I'm gonna be completely honest. The only reason I'm comfortable saying that is because Twitch leaks happened. And I don't know if this is gonna make it worse. That is not the total amount of what everyone makes.
So you're just seeing a fraction of.
yeah.
You're just seeing
Definitely.
just the tip of what everyone.
But I don't want to frame it in any way. I'm just gonna say that's definitely not all of it, right? I think that was when I realized, like, yeah, this is my job now, and I felt like I didn't have to worry anymore. That's a good feeling when you don't have to worry. A lot of people will start off for fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's very easy to stop doing it for fun.
And when your livelihood relies on it, when you start having aspirations, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
the only way I'm going to be able to do that thing with my life is if I really take this seriously.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'm very specific about, it's being able to do it kind of the way I like to, which is why, I don't have a manager. I don't do a lot of business things. I haven't joined a team. I really just want to play games, have fun with my friends, and hopefully just enjoy my time streaming. And I think I'm very lucky in a position to be able to do that.
What's been your most bizarre fan experience?
I don't know if it's a pet peeve or it's just a weird thing. There are people who will take pictures with you and they aren't even your fan.
Oh yeah.
It's
They'll say like,
weird.
you do YouTube?
Yeah. And I'll just be like, why though? Like, I think it happened at Anime Expo, and the reason it bothered me was because they would have to cut the line off, right? From
Yeah.
meeting you. There would be people who wouldn't know anything about me,
Yeah.
and they would, the line would be cut off. So they're taking a spot from someone who's probably a huge fan of mine who went to Anime Expo maybe to see me or something. I would be like, name one game I've played, and I'll take a picture with you. Okay, and some people couldn't answer it.
Right.
And I was just like, why are you even
Not
here right
one
now?
game.
I'm a variety streamer, right?
Yeah, you could
So-
say 9 out of 10 games.
Almost any game. Valorant, League of Legends, Among Us, they'll just be like, I don't know. And
I think it's
so-
very funny when someone sees someone take a picture with me, and then someone else will come up and say, "Who are you? Who are you?"
Exactly.
And they'll be taking the picture.
Yeah.
Is that what the kids call clout chasing?
They might call it that.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get much for a picture, though. I mean, it's just...
You have no idea how much that goes for on the black market. An NFT now, and it's worth millions. Would you say that this is your dream job?
It's better than anything I could have ever hoped for, honestly. You know that like really like cheesy thing, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life kind of thing?
I haven't worked a single day.
Yeah, that's like the cheesiest thing. You see it all over. It's kind of lame. I do think it's partially true because, I mean, like I said, I did this all for fun and I still do. I stream above my hours because I like doing it.
It feels like the success found you by mistake. Like you were serious about streaming, but the success found you in some sense.
I think it's because I just don't feel like I've done anything special. Like a lot of people say I'm the most successful fanboy because I was a huge fan of so many people before I started streaming that I ended up meeting and we ended up being friends. One person that I absolutely freaked out over meeting was Ryan Higa. I met him in a game of Valorant. And I had been watching him for a long time, huge fan of him. You know, he's like an Asian content creator.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I don't know too many. Like, I feel like someone that kind of feels similar to you.
I remember there used to be categories on YouTube and you used to get to choose your category. And for some reason, he was able to choose his category was Asian.
Okay. Don't know where that's from. A lot of it was just who I felt like I related to the most. And I mean, we've hung out, been over to his house before, met his mom, very nice.
You have met Mrs. Higa.
One of the nicest moms I've ever seen, except for my own mom.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. You know, like when someone like shows you their dog and they're like,
Yeah.
I've got the cutest dog ever.
Yeah.
Everyone's own dog is their cutest dog. So.
Your Instagram feed is entirely dog.
Oh, yeah. I've had a sponsor before
Yeah.
ask me, they're like, when you make this social post for the
Yeah.
sponsor, can you post it on yours and not your dog's Instagram? And I was like, that is my Instagram. I just don't post a lot of photos of myself. It's my dogs.
Do you think that there was anything that shifted with your mindset or your stress levels when you realized, oh, I can do what I love to do for my career?
It helps a lot. You feel a lot more free. This kind of circles back to the goal isn't to get the highest number or anything. The goal is just to enjoy your time doing what you're doing. And I feel like this is just one of those things that's so easy to say and difficult to, you know, actually be able to do. Strangely, it's more stressful in different ways, but in general, I think I'm much happier now. I mean, so right now I live with like Ray, Leslie, Myung, and Yvonne. So like a lot of times I could just go outside, we'll be like someone eating breakfast or something, and I'll be like, hey guys, you want to play some games today? I think that's really nice.
How does it feel to realize that you are successful doing the job that most younger people now list as their dream job?
Someone I know is a teacher for kids, I think either like kindergarten, first grade, something like that. And there's like a thing, and it happens all the time. It happened to me when I was a kid. They'll ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they'll tell you, like, draw a picture of it.
And what'd you draw?
I drew an astronaut.
Hell yeah, I want to be an astronaut as well.
Some of them would say like YouTubers, streamers. One of them said he wants to grow up to be a meme.
I don't think that kid knows what it's like to grow up as a meme.
I think I'm very lucky, and I think I would once again just try and do it where it's a hobby first. I think it's difficult because a lot of it's out of your control. I feel like you probably know this for sure, where like you might have what you think is a good video and it won't do as well as maybe some other video you made. There's a lot of ups and downs.
Is there a difference between Sykkuno and Thomas? You know I can't go without thanking BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. Therapy has helped me reframe my view of the world and of myself by allowing me to feel empathy for my younger self and therefore understand who I am today better. But therapy can be customized to whatever is right for you and can be useful in helping with motivation or feelings of depression, anxiety, stress, insecurity, or whatever else you might need. BetterHelp screens all their therapists to ensure that they have experience and that they're certified and licensed, and provides customized therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone or even speak over the phone if that's not something that you're comfortable with. As you may have found out by now, therapy can be expensive, and the price of finding a therapist that you connect with can be overwhelming, which is why BetterHelp offers a more affordable alternative to in-person therapy, where you can start communicating with your therapist in less than 48 hours. So thank you to BetterHelp for giving I Spent a Day with viewers and listeners of the completely uncensored podcast version of this show 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Padilla. That's betterhelp.com/Padilla. Now, back to the world of Sykkuno. Is there a difference between Sykkuno and Thomas?
Almost none.
No difference.
It's kind of funny. My friends will probably tell you that I'm pretty much the same on and off stream. There's a thing they'll say all the time. I'll be like doing something that's like just to mess with them. I say like I'm doing it for the content, and they'll be like, no one's streaming, we're just hanging out. And I'm like, yeah, but like this is just it's just funny.
Content. It's called a memory. It's
yeah,
content.
that's what I say too. So I pretty much do the exact same thing on and off stream. I mean, I'm pretty much there to hang out and hopefully make people laugh a little bit.
I feel like some people, when they have a camera on, they feel tempted to like bring up the energy,
I definitely be a little more energetic. Drink a coffee before.
Hopped up on, those aren't drugs, it's just caffeine, it's not drugs.
Theoretically, it's still classified as it, but it depends on.
It's a class A drug.
But that's how it was gonna be.
Your goal has always been to have a good time with friends and make connections with people.
Yeah. So it's like, you can't really put on some kind of show.
Do you have any fear of losing everything that you've built for yourself?
I think everyone has that fear. It's always gonna be there. I don't think it'll ever really go away. But I mean, it's how it's gonna be. I think it's just, one day people probably stop watching me. I just hope that friends I made along the way will still be around. I feel like one big concern for content creators is always, will people hang out with me if I'm not the hottest dude on the block right now? I feel like I would probably, I think most of them would. Most of my friends I met by playing games.
Yeah.
That's how I get to know them better. But a lot of them like try and get me to go places sometimes. That was an experience. We went to this, I think it was a club, I think is what it's called. I usually try and help pay for things because, apparently they can let you buy like a sign. Like if you order an expensive enough drink and pay for the table or something. So they're like, what do you want on the sign? And I'm like, what does that mean? So I just got my dog's name on it.
You got your table service, got your bottle service, and you got a big ass sign that says Bimbus.
Yeah, they bring out the old dog's name.
I posted on the community tab that I was going to be interviewing Sykkuno.
Oh, right, and there were questions.
And a lot of them were about, how do you stay so positive?
I think when you see where it's come from, I think most people would be just like me. It's not like I did something different or even that I'm different. I came from basically, just work and solo queuing League of Legends I have tons of friends that like playing with me all the time. I have a career that is obviously way better than any career I ever could have dreamed of, I think. The reason I can stay positive is because I have a lot of reasons to be positive, like very supportive community, I think, a lot of supportive friends, and a lot less things to worry about in life now.
Do you have any upcoming projects or video concepts that you're working on? Are you cooking anything up?
Let's see. I don't have a project, so instead, I'd like to shout out my friend's new song that came out, Misa Misa. Stream Misa Misa on Spotify. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I just play games. I don't have like fancy big shows.
Some people get in their head that they need to always have that next big goal, that next thing that they're gonna work on. But there is nothing wrong with.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, my goal has always just been the same old thing, just play games and have fun.
I spent a day with Sykkuno, and one thing that really sits with me is how he approaches all of life like a game. But to Sykkuno, a game isn't just about seeing that victory screen at the end, it's about making a connection with people and making sure that everyone involved enjoyed themselves every step of the process. Maybe if we all took this approach, life would be a lot more fun.
Had this huge tree that would, do they call it shedding? What do they call it when a tree
when it loses its leaves?
It loses leaves, sometimes like small branches and stuff.
Shedding sounds great. Droppings, drippings.
Tree droppings? Sounds like it pooped. But I'm not a tree guy. I don't know if...
Every single person that knows anything about any kind of vegetation is very pissed at us right now for calling it shedding.
Probably.
Yeah.